In the heart of Louisiana's swamp, where alligators rule and danger is a way of life, the stars of swamp people seem fearless. But what if their toughest battles aren't with gators, but with the law, loss, and life itself? From jail cells to hospital beds, their untold stories will leave you stunned. Join us to uncover the raw truth behind these bayou legends, a journey as wild as the swamp. In the heart of Louisiana's Atchafalaya Basin, where murky waters hide ancient predators, the cast of Swamp People has thrilled audiences since 2010 with their fearless alligator hunts. But beneath the surface of their televised triumphs lies a world of secrets, legal battles, personal losses, and scandals that have tested their resilience. What drives these swamp legends to risk everything? And what happens when the cameras stop rolling? Let's uncover the untold stories of RJ and J. Paul Molinari. Randy Edwards and Roger Rivers lives as wild and unpredictable as the bayou itself. RJ Molinari Jr. and his son J. Paul stormed onto Swamp People in Season 2, a father-son duo whose raw power and deep-rooted heritage captivated fans. With over 60 years of combined experience, they tackled the swamp's fiercest gators with unmatched skill. RJ, a world champion arm wrestler, brought brute strength, while J. Paul, a Golden Gloves boxer, added precision as the team's sharpshooter. Their Huma Native American traditions infused their hunts with a spiritual edge, earning them a loyal following. But could their larger-than-life personas survive a brush with the law? In August 2013, the Molinari's reputation faced a storm darker than any swamp squall. A road rage incident spiraled into chaos outside Roland's Mini-Mart in Bourg, Louisiana, where they allegedly attacked a 24-year-old man with a beer bottle, leaving him with a black eye and swollen jaw, according to the advocate. Charged with aggravated battery, they faced up to 10 years in prison, as reported by Cajun Radio. Yet they insisted they were the victims, claiming the man had thrown a bottle at their vehicle first. Their legal team demanded a full investigation, and the Molinaris stood their ground, pleading not guilty. Remarkably, the legal cloud didn't dim their Swamp People spotlight. RJ and J. Paul continued hunting on screen, their presence unshaken through several seasons, suggesting the charges didn't lead to convictions, as no public record confirms otherwise. Recent reports from Collider indicate they've since stepped back, focusing on personal ventures like airboat tours with Rising Sun bow fishing. But their legacy as swamp titans endures, leaving fans wondering what other challenges shaped their journey. The swamp community faced a far heavier blow in 2018 with the loss of Randy Edwards, a beloved hunter whose roots ran deep in the bayou. Born into the Edwards family, alongside Father Junior, Mother Teresa, and Brother Willie, Randy was a cornerstone of Swamp People from its 2010 debut. His knack for navigating the Atchafalaya's treacherous waters made him a standout, his easy humor lighting up the screen. But what tragedy could cut such a vibrant life short at just 35? On September 15, 2018, Randy's life ended in a devastating car crash in Iberville Parish, as detailed by WAFB. Driving his 2002 Chevrolet Silverado, he misjudged a curve on LA 75, veering into a utility pole. The impact flipped the truck, ejecting Randy, who wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Authorities suspected impairment, though results remained private. Pronounced dead at the scene, Randy left behind a wife and 3 young children. The Edwards family shared their heartbreak on Facebook, asking for privacy as fans flooded social media with tributes to his infectious spirit. His absence still echoes in the swamp, a reminder of life's fragility. Then there's Roger Rivers, a Season 5 standout whose fearless hunts left viewers in awe. Hailing from Zwolle, Louisiana, Roger took on the swamp's biggest gators, once wrestling a 12-foot 7-inch beast that nearly sank his boat, as noted by KSLA News. His mantra was simple: hunt to live, not for sport. "I do this to feed my family," he told KSLA News, emphasizing his reliance on the land. But could his passion for the swamp lead him down a darker path? In May 2017, Roger's world unraveled when he was arrested on 18 wildlife violations and 2 drug charges, per KSLA News. Accusations included selling alligator snapping turtles and taking gators without permits, painting him as a poacher rather than a provider. The legal hits kept coming. In September 2022, he faced charges of residential contractor fraud for allegedly pocketing $6,000 without completing a job, according to KSLA News. Despite these setbacks, Roger remains defiant, vowing to hunt until his final days. His story raises a question. Where does passion end and recklessness begin? These tales of triumph and turmoil reveal the complex lives of Swamp People's stars. RJ and J. Paul's legal fight, Randy's heartbreaking loss, and Roger's fall from grace show that the swamp's dangers extend far beyond the water. Their stories are a testament to resilience, but also a warning of how quickly fortunes can shift. Deep in Louisiana's Atchafalaya Basin, where the swamp's pulse beats as fiercely as the hearts of its hunters, Swamp People has woven a tapestry of courage and chaos since 2010. Part 1 revealed how fame can unravel into legal battles and heartbreak for some of these bayou legends. Now, the story continues, pulling us into the lives of Joe LaFont, known as Trapper Joe, Nicholas Payne, Troy Landry, and Chase Landry, men whose triumphs on screen are shadowed by struggles off it. What drives them to face the swamp's dangers, and what happens when their personal storms rage even harder? Trapper Joe, or Joe LaFont, to those who knew him beyond the screen, was a force of nature in Swamp People's early days. Alongside his stepson Tommy Chauvin, he navigated the bayou with a blend of grit and wisdom, their bond as captivating as their hunts. Fans saw them as the embodiment of Cajun spirit, fearless in the face of snapping jaws. But away from the cameras, Trapper Joe's life was unraveling. In June 2012, while at a Florida hotel near Walt Disney World, he was arrested after a heated altercation with his girlfriend. Witnesses claimed he struck her chest and tried to burn her with a lit cigarette, a shocking contrast to his televised charm, WOFB. Though she declined to press charges, the incident left a stain. 3 years later, in 2015, another arrest followed in Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana, when his live-in partner accused him of breaking her ribs during an argument, NOLA.com. She too hesitated to pursue charges, but the damage was done. By 2016, Trapper Joe had vanished from Swamp People, his legacy tainted by these allegations. Could a man so beloved on screen ever reclaim his place in the swamp? Nicholas Payne's story is one of fleeting promise, cut short by a single night's chaos. As Bruce Mitchell's apprentice, Payne brought youthful energy to Swamp People, learning the ropes of alligator hunting under a seasoned mentor. But in September 2011, his life took a drastic turn. St. Tammany Parish deputies responded to a disturbance at his Pearl River home, where Payne, locked out and agitated, allegedly struck a female officer issuing a citation NOLA.com. He fled into the woods, only to be tracked by a K-9 unit that left him injured and hospitalized. Charged with battery of a police officer, resisting arrest, and more, Payne faced a $10,000 bail he couldn't meet. An outstanding warrant from Florida for drug-related charges compounded his troubles. The History Channel swiftly cut ties, stating Payne was no longer part of the show. His brief stint in the spotlight ended in shadows, leaving fans to wonder, what might have been if he'd stayed on the right path? Troy Landry, crowned the King of the Swamp, has long been Swamp People's beating heart. His deep-rooted connection to the bayou, passed down through generations, made him a fan favorite, his every hunt a masterclass in skill. But even royalty stumbles. In September 2024, Landry was ensnared in a Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries sting operation on Lake Pallard. Acting on a tip about unauthorized alligator lines, agents watched as Landry's crew speared a 7-foot gator without proper tags pen live. Confronted with evidence, Landry admitted to the violation and to releasing an untagged dead alligator earlier that day. He received 2 citations, each carrying up to $950 in fines or 120 days in jail. Yet the king remains unbowed. Active on social media, he shares glimpses of family life, including his grandson Crew's fight against biliary atresia, a rare liver condition requiring a transplant collider. Fans have rallied around him, their loyalty unshaken. How does a man so revered navigate such personal and legal trials? Chase Landry, Troy's youngest son, carries the family's legacy with a fiery spirit. His daring hunts on swamp people have earned him a devoted following, but a 2016 incident nearly derailed his path. While navigating Bayou Chain, Chase fired a shot at a shrimp boat he believed was speeding dangerously close, threatening to capsize his gator-laden skiff. The bullet hit a fuel can, sparking outrage and questions about safety IMDb. Chase insisted he acted to protect himself, but the controversy lingered. Today he's undeterred, hunting alongside his father and branching out into swamp people. Serpent invasion, battling pythons in the Everglades IMDb. His resilience mirrors the swamp's own, wild, unyielding, and full of surprises. What drives Chase to keep pushing forward despite the risks? These tales of Trapper Joe, Nicholas Payne, Troy Landry, and Chase Landry paint a vivid portrait of life in the Atchafalaya Basin, a place where glory and hardship coexist. Each man has faced moments that tested their strength, from legal entanglements to personal crises. Yet the swamp remains their anchor, its rhythms guiding them through the storms. What do these stories teach us about resilience? They show that even in the darkest moments, there's a spark of hope, a chance to rise again. Trapper Joe's fall, Payne's misstep, Landry's trials, and Chase's defiance all reflect the human struggle to endure. The Atchafalaya Basin's murky waters have long been a stage for swamp people's cast, where courage meets chaos and every hunt tests the soul. Parts 1 and 2 unveiled their legal battles, personal losses, and unyielding spirit. Now in this final act, the bayou's tales grow heavier, weaving stories of redemption, tragedy, and survival. What does it take to thrive in a world where danger never sleeps? And how do these hunters face their darkest moments? Chase Landry, Troy's youngest son, carries the swamp's fire in his veins. In 2016, that fire nearly consumed him. Navigating Bayou Chain with a skiff heavy with gators, Chase saw a shrimp boat speeding toward him, or so he thought. Instinct took over, and he fired a warning shot, striking a fuel can and igniting a firestorm of controversy. The boat's operator, Wayne Moyong, insisted he was 250 yards away, no threat at all. Deputies arrested Chase for illegal discharge of a firearm, booking him into Terrebonne Parish Jail. The incident sparked heated debates about safety in the swamp's crowded waters. Was Chase reckless, or was he protecting his life? Today he hunts on, starring in Swamp People, Serpent Invasion, his resilience a testament to the Landry legacy. But not all scars heal so cleanly. Some wounds cut deeper than the law. Mitchell Gist, a Cajun icon, lived for the swamp alongside his brother Glenn. Their bond, forged in the bayou's rhythms, made them fan favorites, their traditional hunts a love letter to their heritage. But on May 14, 2012, just shy of his 48th birthday, Mitchell's story ended abruptly. While working on a houseboat near Bell River, he collapsed, struck by a heart attack, as confirmed by WAFB. Despite frantic efforts to save him, he passed away, leaving fans reeling. The History Channel mourned, noting he died doing what he loved. Mitchell's loss lingers, a reminder that even the swamp's strongest aren't immune to fate. How does a community heal when a legend falls? Tommy Chauvin, nicknamed Trigger Tommy, faced his own brushes with mortality. Known for his daring hunts with stepfather Trapper Joe, Tommy's grit shone on screen, but off camera, life tested him twice. In 2012, a 5-car crash near the Arkansas-Louisiana border left others injured but spared Tommy, his boat shielding him. Then, in 2019, a catastrophic blast accident changed everything. The explosion severed his right hand and thumb, damaged his eyes, and scarred his chest, forcing multiple surgeries, as reported by GoFundMe. Unable to hunt, Tommy stepped away from swamp people during the COVID-19 pandemic, choosing family and recovery over the bayou. His survival speaks to a strength beyond the swamp's demands. What drives a man to rebuild after such loss? Dusty Crum, the wild man, brought raw energy to swamp people, tackling invasive pythons in Florida's Everglades. His fearless captures thrilled viewers, but in 2021, a near-fatal accident tested his mettle. Riding in a truck on Interstate 77, a tire blowout sent the vehicle flipping 3 times. Dusty's leg was crushed under the wreckage, yet he fought to survive, using his shirt as a tourniquet. Airlifted to Lee Memorial Hospital, he endured 5 surgeries, defying odds to keep his leg. By 2023, Dusty was back, starring in Swamp People. Serpent Invasion, his spirit unbroken. Can anything truly stop a man this determined? Even the swamp's four-legged heroes face their trials. Tyler, Bruce Mitchell's loyal swamp dog, was a star in his own right, adopted from a shelter and trained to hunt alongside his master. Tyler's courage, diving into waters to retrieve prey, won hearts. But in 2014, congestive heart failure claimed him, and he passed peacefully in his sleep, as Bruce shared on Facebook. Bruce's heartfelt tribute spoke of 13 years of companionship, a bond that resonated with fans. Tyler's loss underscored the swamp's emotional toll, where every goodbye cuts deep. These stories of Chase's redemption, Mitchell's passing, Tommy's survival, Dusty's comeback, and Tyler's loyalty paint a vivid portrait of life in the bayou. The swamp is a crucible, forging resilience in those who dare to call it home. No one embodies this more than Troy Landry, the king of the swamp. With a $3 million net worth, Troy's success is evident in his Pierre Part mansion, a 860-square-foot cypress masterpiece valued at $265,800, featuring 3 bedrooms, a private dock, and a pool per gig-wise. His business ventures, including Savage Arms Landry signature rifles and Swamp People spin-offs, reflect a savvy approach to fame. Troy's journey from trailer to dream home teaches the value of patience and family-driven ambition. Though details of luxury cars or watches remain private, his health and asset insurance likely safeguard his legacy, ensuring stability for his sons, Chase and Jacob. The Swamp People cast's saga is a tapestry of grit and grace. From legal missteps to life-altering accidents, they've faced the swamp's wrath and emerged, if not unscathed, then stronger. Their lives remind us that fame is fleeting, but legacy endures through family, tradition, and sheer will. As the bayou's waters keep flowing, what stories remain untold, waiting to surface? From the murky depths of Louisiana's Atchafalaya Basin to the bright lights of reality TV, the cast of Swamp People has captivated us with their fearless alligator hunts and larger-than-life spirits. But this series has shown us so much more than their on-screen heroics. It's revealed the raw, unfiltered truth of their lives, tales of legal battles, heart-wrenching losses, and an unyielding will to keep going. We've followed RJ and J. Paul Molinari through their 2013 assault charges, a moment that tested their fan-favorite status, yet they pressed on, returning to the swamp with grit intact. Roger Rivers' story took a darker turn, with wildlife violations and contractor fraud allegations in 2022, painting a complex picture of a man once celebrated for his daring. Trapper Joe's fall from grace, marked by troubling domestic disputes, and Nicholas Payne's clash with law enforcement showed how quickly fame can falter. Chase Landry's 2016 firearm incident sparked debates about safety, yet he's still out there, hunting pythons in the Everglades, proving the swamp's pull is stronger than any misstep. Then there are the losses that hit hardest. Randy Edwards, taken too soon in a 2018 car crash at 35, left behind a grieving family and a void in the Swamp People community. Mitchell Gist's sudden passing in 2012, just days before his 48th birthday, reminded us that even the swamp's toughest aren't immune to life's unpredictability. Even Tyler the Swamp Dog, Bruce Mitchell's loyal companion, left a lasting mark before his 2014 passing, showing that love and loyalty run deep in the bayou. But it's the resilience of these hunters that truly defines them. Tommy Chauvin, after a 2019 accident that cost him his hand, chose family over fame, stepping away from the show to rebuild his life. Dusty Crum, nearly losing his leg in a 2021 crash, fought back to reclaim his place in the Everglades, as reported by Wink News. Their stories teach us that the swamp isn't just a place, it's a crucible, forging strength in those who dare to call it home. Troy Landry, the king of the swamp, stands as a beacon of this resilience. Despite a 2024 sting operation for untagged alligator hunting, he faced likely minor fines and continues to shine, as noted by Collider. His $3 million net worth, built through ventures like Savage Arms Landry signature rifles and a Cypress-built mansion in Pierre Part, reflects a life of hard-won success. His social media, filled with family moments and support for his grandson's health battle, shows a man whose heart remains in the swamp, teaching us the value of family-driven ambition. If these stories have stirred something in you, drop a comment below. Tell us which Swamp People star's journey hit you hardest. Give this video a like to show your love for these bayou tales, and if you're hooked, Subscribe to join our community of storytellers. Know someone who'd be gripped by these stories? Share this video and let's spread the word. The swamp's secrets don't end here. Our next episode dives into the fierce women of swamp people, Liz Cavalier, Ashley Jones, and more, exploring how they've carved their paths in this rugged world. Stay tuned for more tales that pulse with the bayou's heart. As we leave these waters, we're reminded that life, like the swamp, is wild and unforgiving. Yet, through legal storms, personal losses, and second chances, the Swamp People cast shows us what it means to endure. And as long as gators roam and stories unfold, the legend of Swamp People will echo, calling us back to the wild.